Happy New Year and welcome to this analysis of the Cascadia Subduction Zone and the possible activation on July 11, 2026, which could cause a large-scale natural disaster along the entire west coast. Subduction zones experience various types of earthquakes, or seismicity, including slow earthquakes, megathrust earthquakes, interplate earthquakes, and intraplate earthquakes. Unlike other subduction zones on Earth, Cascadia currently experiences low levels of seismicity and has not generated a megathrust earthquake since January 26, 1700. Despite these low levels of seismicity compared to other subduction zones, Cascadia hosts various types of earthquakes recorded by seismic and geodetic instruments, such as seismometers and GNSS receivers. Most interplate earthquakes, or earthquakes that occur near tectonic plate boundaries, near the Cascadia Subduction Zone occur in the forearc of the upper North American Plate in Washington, west of the Cascade Volcanic Arc and east of where tremor occurs. These earthquakes are sometimes referred to as crustal earthquakes and are capable of causing significant damage due to their relatively shallow depths. A damaging magnitude 7 interplate earthquake occurred on the Seattle Fault around AD 900 to 930, generating 3 meters of uplift and a 4 to 5 meter tsunami. A substantial number of forearc interplate earthquakes also occur in Northern California. Much less interplate seismicity occurs in Oregon compared to Washington and Northern California, although Oregon hosts more volcanic activity than its neighboring states. Cascadia also has a direct connection to other smaller earthquakes, such as the December 21, 1954, magnitude 6.5 event in Eureka, California. This tremor in Northern California, Humboldt Bay/Fickle Hill, may have been generated by a segment of the Cascadia Subduction Zone, according to a modern study that analyzed historical records. It was unusual because the Cascadia Subduction Fault is normally silent in the instrumental record. This is one of the few modern instrumental events that has been directly associated with the Cascadia Subduction Interface itself since 1700. Earthquakes indirectly associated through nearby structures. These earthquakes do not always occur on the main plate interface, but they are related to the complex tectonics around the zone. 1992 Cape Mendocino, California. Date, April 25 to 26, 1992. Magnitude, main shock 7.2 with aftershock 6.5 and 6.6. It occurred near the Mendocino Triple Junction, where the Cascadia Fault converges with the San Andreas Fault and the Mendocino Fracture Zone. Although not all events here are directly from the Cascadia Subduction Zone, they do reflect complex tectonic activity near the subduction system. This episode included both interplate and intraplate activity due to the interaction of multiple faults in the region. The April 13, 1949, Olympia earthquake was a damaging magnitude 6.7 intraslab earthquake that occurred at a depth of 52 kilometers and caused 8 deaths. Another notable intraslab earthquake in the Puget Sound region was the magnitude 6.8 Nisqually earthquake of 2001. Much of the seismicity that occurs offshore Northern California is due to intraplate deformation within the Gorda Plate. Similar to the distribution of interplate earthquakes in Cascadia, intraplate earthquakes are infrequent in Oregon, and the strongest earthquake since it became a state was the magnitude 5.6 Scotts Mills earthquake of 1993, an oblique slip event. The magnitude 7 earthquake off the coast of Cape Mendocino, California, on December 5, 2024. Is it related to the Cascadia Subduction Zone? Not directly. It was an earthquake in the plate interaction zone at the southern end, not a megathrust subduction event. Can activity in that area indicate anything about Cascadia? At a tectonic level there are complex connections, but there is no evidence that the December 2024 event indicates an imminent rupture of the Cascadia Subduction Zone. Summarizing the dates in question for all significant events in the area. January 26, 1700, main and largest event. December 12, 1954, Eureka. April 25 to 26, 1992, Cape Mendocino. March 25, 1993, Scotts Mills. April 13, 1949, Olympia. Let us examine the aspects of the first date, the 1700 Cascadia earthquake, in relation to the others. Now all dates toward July 11, 2026. Now a hypothetical date on which a new activation could occur, February 1, 2026.